Do you like zombie movies?
Get us! Get us! Jesus!
Then you have to hear this music. Today, we're talking about The Devil Wears Prada and their brutal but incredible zombie EPs Part 1 and Part 2. Now, before we start, in my opinion, it doesn't even matter if you don't like heavier music. This is an artistic statement based around horror and zombies. So I think that you'll find something that you like about it, regardless of your taste in music. So stick around and let's talk zombies. And if you do like heavier music, good on you, because you're going to absolutely love this.
Bill Murray, you're a zombie? Oh, I'm on fire! Ouch!
So the original Zombie EP came out way back when, in 2010, when I was just 16 and getting into way heavier and more intense music. And I absolutely loved it. I'm a horror fan and a fan of metal music, so having the two combined is right up my street. But this EP isn't just heavy for the sake of it. The theme throughout the record is extremely conceptual, full of depth, and genuinely scary, and it really makes you feel like you're actually among the zombies about to get ate. In terms of art, the zombie EPs are close to untouchable in the vibe that they give you. They are bloody horrifying. Wait, that was a clip from Blade! They're vampires, not zombies! So the first zombie EP has 5 tracks: Escape, Anatomy, Outnumbered, Revive, and Survivor. And every single track features some horrific scary movie style scene intro. So the start of the record features this haunting thunder and rain, which works really well alongside the artwork for the album. And I like to imagine it's actually a foggy evening and I really am being chased by some zombies. It then has this quiet and slow violin come in before the absolute brutality and madness starts. And this somehow captures a really sad vibe which starts the record perfectly.
Perfect.
The album also has these awesome shotgun blasts throughout and during the breakdowns, which work so well, and I like to imagine it's me actually shooting those fucking zombies. Anatomy starts with a bloody chainsaw. Look, if we're going to be serious about this, a chainsaw is far too close contact for a zombie apocalypse. I don't want to be anywhere near those stinking fuckers. Get me on a roof with a sniper and a machine gun, something like that. I want to be as far away from zombies as I possibly can be. In fact, I guess it could have been for some gardening. Then track 3 is Outnumbered, and it's one of the heaviest songs of all time. And it starts with a radio announcement, which gets me every single time I hear it. It just feels so damn real.
The virus has completely devastated over 150 of the world's major regions and is spreading rapidly. At this point in time, we know of only one method of killing the creatures: destroy the brain. Be on the guard of any loved ones who may have recently been in any sort of contact with the infected. And if you find yourself in a threatened position, please do not hesitate to act. Again, this is not a test. This is not a joke. We as a species are overwhelmed. We are outnumbered.
Track 4, Revive, ends with this slow, sketchy piano and then turns into the sound of the zombies chasing after you, which then leads into the scared breathing patterns of a man being chased by these creatures, with gunshots popping off galore. It's in this moment, it almost feels like our character is finally cornered with no way out, which again works perfectly with the theme of the record as we approach the end of part 1. Track 5 is Survivor, and that's the song that really reminds me of part 2. There's less effects on this track, and it's just fucking brutal throughout. The end of the record is here, and the feeling it gives you is that the end of our character's life is coming. He's trapped, and there is no way out now. Oh, sorry guys, for that 28 weeks later opening scene, I am bailing on my family as well. I wish you the best of luck, I hope you don't die, but I'm Usain Bolting my way into a new life and a new wife. So the reason why I'm telling you all this is because I think it adds to the music and the theme of part 1 so much. This isn't just music, this is zombie horror music. Now part 2 doesn't have as many of these clips, but it's a lot more bleak, brutal and immediate, which gives it its own vibe and separates the EPs, even though they're sequels, in a really interesting way. It's a perfect follow-up, it's different, and it really stands on its own.
I'm still diving. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now part 2 has 5 tracks as well: Nightfall, Forlorn, Termination, Nora, and Contagion. And it came out in 2021, so that's 11 years after part 1 came out. And the Devil Wears Prada sound had changed a lot in that time. They did remain insanely heavy, but they also did the modern metalcore mainstream sound change for a little bit, and that included adding a lot more clean vocals to their sound overall. Basically, that just means that they added a lot more than into their music. And that is not a bad thing. Their album The Act is one of my favourite albums of all time, but when Zombie Part 2 was announced, I was a little bit nervous, because I wanted a brutal, dark, scary follow-up, which is what Part 1 deserves, and I wasn't sure that The Devil Wears Prada had that in them anymore. But Jesus was I wrong, because Part 2, in many ways, is heavier than Part 1 somehow, and it's kind of the Toy Story or the Godfather of musical sequels. It actually could be better.
Mayday! Mayday! Come in, Star Command. Send reinforcements. Star Command, do you copy?
You don't even think to call me Godfather.
Nightfall, within 1 second of starting, tells you that this record is going to be kick you in the face fucking heavy, and that the clean vocals on the album doesn't make it less heavy. They're used sparingly, but incredibly well, and they only enhance and add to the chaos. And the breakdown that happens at the 2-minute mark on Nightfall is absolutely insane. It's so intense when he screams, "Is this the night of our demise?" I think it's important to note that both albums lyrically are really on point and describe the hopeless tragedy that's happening in this zombie-infested world incredibly articulately. It's the best lyrically they've ever been in their whole career and puts you straight bang in the middle of that world. We are the world. And then there's Forlorn. To be honest, all I have to say about this track is that the final minute might be my favourite minute on either EP. When he's screaming selfish, so selfish, and it's helpless now, this tragedy, I love it so fucking much. It is so intense, and it could be my favourite song that Prada have ever made. And then Termination. This is probably the most mainstream track on either EP, but it's still absolutely brilliant. It just has some really clean moments on the track, which does make it half stick out a tad a little bit compared to the other 9 songs, but I do still really like it. It just sounds a little bit more like the normal Devil Wears Prada than the zombie Devil Wears Prada. Nora is an absolute personal favourite of mine. It's probably the fastest song on either record, and it is 100% non-stop zombie biting madness, as they sing about fighting and trying to escape the apocalypse. The bass on this song really stands out for me, and with headphones on, it absolutely controls the track. When bass guitar and metal is used properly, it's one of my favourite elements, and it actually makes the songs even heavier sometimes. The actual guitar riff reminds me of Slipknot a lot, and it is always in my Devil Wears Prada playlists. And then we get to the final song, Contagion. This is a really slow track to start with a really slow intro, and it's all clean vocals until around the 1-minute mark, and you actually think it could be a ballad to start with, but then of course, it does jump into the craziness. Moments of this song actually reminds me of Slaughter to Prevail, but years before they were even a thing. This song ends the zombie EPs perfectly, intensely, and horrifyingly. It is a brilliant track.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is
Some more clean vocals on that track, and there's a lot more clean vocals on Zombie Part 2 overall, but I love that they always have screaming in the background at the same time. I really like it when bands do that. Don't have either clean vocals or harsh vocals, have both overlapping. I absolutely love it when that happens. To be honest, I think it adds to the intensity.
That's intense, dude.
So overall, Zombie Part 2 probably is slightly more mainstream, but that's natural, as 11 years had passed since Part 1, but it is an amazing follow-up. It's a very worthy follow-up, and it's one I'm super glad happened. I've been listening to Part 1 for nearly 15 years now, so having a Part 2 that I honestly, genuinely enjoy can only be a great thing. So if you like zombie movies, you should check these out regardless of your taste in music. In my opinion, they're some of the best zombie related content out there, and I personally will always love them.
I love you!
One more thing about The Devil Wears Prada though. They are not just about zombies. If you like this music, go and check out the rest of their albums. They've had a phenomenal career and they're actually offensively underrated. Their album The Act is one of my favourite albums of all time, and it's probably better than the zombie EPs to be honest. But they have not made a bad record yet. We're 20 years deep into their career and they're still absolutely amazing and one of my favourite heavy bands of all time. One day, I personally am hoping for a Zombie Part 3. Did you actually get to the end of this video? Jesus Christ, even I have a hard time finishing them and I bloody make them. Was I trying to be funny again?
You're not funny and nobody likes you.
This is the Gig Nerd, asking you, did I make you laugh even once in this video?
No!
Did you find my video interesting at all?
Interesting.
Do you want to see more music content from me? Please say yes, I'm desperate, come on. If so, then please hit subscribe to my channel. It really does help, a lot more than you think. I'm just a newcomer trying to navigate this strange world of YouTube while trying to remain true to myself. But more than anything, I genuinely hope you enjoyed this video and maybe I was able to put a smile on your face.
You serious?
And I'm honestly sorry if I've insulted your favourite band. I probably didn't mean it. Well, actually, what am I talking about? I definitely meant it.
Tell them I hate them.
So hit that bloody subscribe button before I throw vinyls at you like that scene in Shaun of the Dead.
Okay, Dire Straits, throw it. Oh, Stone Roses. No. Second Coming. I like it. Sade.
Take care, guys. Thank you as always for watching. I am eternally grateful. Thank you so much. Look after yourselves. Have a good one. Take care.